Hey there everybody, Matt here from Matt's Trains and Tractors. I do apologize once again for this inconsistency in uploads on my YouTube channel. I have been very busy between athletics and schoolwork and also my job, but I'm here back today because a few days ago I got a call from my local train store saying that a new pre-order item has arrived. So just earlier today, I went over there and picked it up. So I was originally thinking about, oh, this would be a great what's in the bag video. And then I said, wait a minute, I recently uploaded a what's in the bag video. And then I looked at the size of it and I realized it was not going to fit in the bag, that brown paper bag I use in my what's in the bag videos. Yeah, this is one car. It is absolutely huge. It's literally, if I put it at about waist height, belt height, it goes practically up to eye level. It is Lionel's 86-foot, 4-door high cube boxcar. And it comes with graffiti, and it's in the Norfolk Southern paint. So I'm gonna get it out of the box. I do have my light that's kind of putting a little glare on it, so you'll definitely be able to see it much more clear in a second. So let's get this out of the box, and then we'll take a closer look at some of the detail that this massive car has. All right, so taking the plastic off of it, we can now get a closer look at some of this color. I was looking at a few other pieces of rolling stock in there that had a similar color, but I figured, you know, I'd stick with this for one video because this boxcar is absolutely massive. I don't know the exact length of it, but I will measure it in a second. So some words about Lionel's rendition of this realistic freight car. This car was offered in their 2020 Volume 2 catalog, and they had it in a regular 86-foot car or an 86-foot car with graffiti. And we don't have any cars with graffiti. Over 20 plus years of collecting, my father, my brother, nor I have ever picked up any cars with graffiti. And I said, wow, this would be a really cool car. It's absolutely massive. And I was like, wow, this would be such a cool video. You have your trucks down here, which swivel independently. And then you have this coupler that when it goes around curves, for extra agility, I believe its minimum curve is an 0.54. So graffiti, you know, if you are a rail fanner, or if you know, even if you've seen videos of trains, you've probably seen some rail cars. You've probably seen a lot of them, in fact, that have graffiti on the side of them. And it's colorful. It's something that a lot of rail cars now have from, you know, just people spray painting decals and letters on them. And often you see letters with this bold presence and very colorful pop to them, and Lionel's done a great job with that. Like especially here, these two are definitely my favorite graffiti decals. So while we're in the middle of the car, I would just like to say that these middle doors do not open up. There are two on each side, but they don't open up. It does look like they have the rail up here, but they do not. So unfortunately, the doors do not open. There would be so much space in here. And if you're someone like me who sometimes just likes to put a little item inside, like a barrel like this, sometimes I like to replicate some cargo that goes inside of boxcars or hoppers. Unfortunately, you can't do that here. There's so much space in here though. Another thing Lionel did that I always really like seeing in rolling stock are the, of course you have your die-cast metal sprung trucks. You have your NS logo here, which they did a great job on. And while we're talking about lettering, I would just like to mention that all of the lettering on this car is very legible. You know, because it is a graffiti car, I can't really say there are no smudges of paint, because you could basically call this a smudge of paint. But when it comes to lettering and the actual realistic lettering that you would see on modern freight cars, there is no smudges of paint. Let's take a look at some of the unique decaling of the graffiti on the other side of the car. Okay, so here is the other side of the car. Yep, it does look different. Lionel did a great job with the decaling and the graffiti, making it unique, and definitely just having a bold and realistic presence. Okay, so just for fun and for comparison, this is the new 86-foot high cube boxcar. And here is an 027 boxcar. So it is about like 3/8 the length, a whole nother scale. You know, these two cars compared to each other, this is like HO, and from this to O scale, this is practically G gauge. So this is definitely a huge car. And while we're looking at it coupled up, I would just like to say that this coupler in the middle here, as we saw before when I flipped the car around in front of the camera, when I flipped it upside down, we saw how the coupler is not connected to the sprung truck. It is separated. Unlike on a lot of cars you see today, this coupler is independent and can swing freely, allowing this massive car to have a minimum curve radius of 0.54. A few things I'd just like to point out before we get to our running session. We do have some great separately applied detailing up here, such as this ladder, a grate that is transparent, meaning that you can see through, so awesome detailing down there, as well as a brake wheel and a few extra separately applied grab irons and handrails. Let's get this consist underway.
This is the operator. You clear to proceed. Over. Copy that. I'm wearing the green. Out.
Alrighty, everybody. Well, this running session sure did take a while. That is a massive car. It is quite literally almost the size of these two engines together, the SD70 Ace and the SD38.